Get that air conditioner checked now.
This is Benny Black.
And this is Seth Black with Black's Heating Air.
Call today, 931-668-0785.
Benny's slogan at Black's Heating and Air is, once you've had Black, you won't go back.
Mention this ad and you can get a discount.
It's been said that when someone you love has Parkinson's, you have Parkinson's. If you have questions, the Parkinson's Foundation has answers. Learn more at parkinson.org or call 1-800-473-4636.
From the WBMC studio in McMinnville, Tennessee, you're listening to Town Talk with your host, Raven Young.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to Town Talk. My name is Raven Young, and we have not Rob Nunley in.
Yes, good morning. I am not Rob Nunley today. Rob wasn't feeling very well this morning, and he texted super early saying that he wasn't going to be able to make it in. And Rob, we hope you get to feeling better.
Yes, if everybody could, please keep Rob Nunley in your prayers. He would appreciate it. We all would appreciate it. He needs some extra love right now. So,
I agree, and since Rob's been on, he's been able to read the news. It's just changed the dynamic up a little bit.
It has, and he still obviously did his job this weekend because there's still a whole bunch of news on the Main Street Journal.
I know. I can't wait to talk about one of the stories.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about too.
I know. Yeah, it was a political message.
Mm-hmm.
But we can talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah. I think I have some opinions on that, maybe a little bit about, and maybe not what you think I'm going to have an opinion on, but we'll see.
I started to think there may be someone in town that does not like digital signs.
There might be.
On Main Street.
Yeah.
So there could be a little conspiracy going here.
There's absolutely not a conspiracy in that sense, but that might be another reason that has just now been added to my list of reasons we shouldn't have digital signs in the historic district.
Well,
Chad Graves is somebody who has a digital
and yes,
sign.
we do have
Raven
a
did it,
sign.
and that's a fact. Nicole Mosley.
Yes.
No.
Maybe Chief Mosley jumped in and was making political statements on something.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I doubt that.
Yeah, I don't think it was Chief
I
Mosley.
know Chief fairly well, and I don't think that would have been up her alley. So
I know. That was...
And you know the police chief, and you still went and wrote that horrible message on the sign?
Yeah,
Why, you think you can get away with anything,
Just
don't
wanted
you?
it to be directly across from Chad's front door for him to have to look at all day long.
How do we get rid of digital signs downtown? Well, if they're, I do agree that this it does make it easier for people to, but if there could just be some restrictions on how digital signs are handled, and I think that we could come up with a solution here.
We'll see. We'll talk a little bit more about that, though. That and more is on the Main Street Journal. There was a lot of news that went up this weekend. So thank you to Rob Nunley, who, even though he didn't feel very well, he, still got his stuff done. So really appreciate him. But everybody please keep him in your prayers. Hope he gets to feeling better, and can be back in the co-host seat soon. So we will see. But thanks for stepping in today, Chad.
Well, I didn't check my text messages until, about 6:15 this morning, and I thought, all right, the show must go on. So let's see what we have to do to keep everything rolling.
Well, we're here. We're on air. We're live on Facebook. We're on the radio. We're on YouTube. We're all the way going.
Well,
so
I wasn't ready for this. I don't think Connor was ready. Well, but Connor always just jumps in.
Connor can make things happen.
He does.
Yeah, Connor can make things happen for sure. So, and I feel like he's been doing this long enough that he's pretty much just on auto repeat right now. He can make it work no matter what.
So thank you, Connor, for coming in this morning, even though that you kind of thought that we weren't gonna. This morning we thought that we weren't gonna have a show because Rob is out this morning, so I said, no, let's have a show anyway.
We made it happen. So.
I will say it has been super nice having him have already written the news.
Oh, yeah.
So not having to worry about everybody just having to get it. And
you know what, though? We are going to make sure that all listeners or followers of Main Street Media, WBMC, Wow Country, whatever you listen on or watch on, we are going to make sure that they still get all of the news that they need no matter what.
That's right. We will keep everyone informed no matter what.
Yeah.
And if you do check your email, I sent you
Oh, yeah, you
3
sent me.
stories.
Oh, cool.
Pre-summarized.
I haven't. You know, that's the email address that doesn't get checked as often.
Wow, your main work email doesn't get checked for your show. That's
Well, she didn't have email for quite some time, so I will.
You know, if the tech guru over here, Mr. Chad Graves, could figure out how to get it combined to my other email app, would be really cool. Because that's the problem, is I check email dozens of times, even an hour, I would say. I am on top of my email that's in my regular app, but for some reason I can't get the Outlook app to combine to my other
To
one.
your mail app.
Yeah, and so then this one, it's just a separate app that I forget
I
about.
think that we can set it up to. We don't have it set up that way on the back end. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Let's talk to our tech guru, Micah.
Oh, okay, so Micah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Micah.
All right.
You know,
Chad defers to Micah.
Yeah, I had the tech company for 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, I like whenever someone else takes care of the tech problems.
I don't blame you.
Every tech problem seems to take so much time. It's like you go down one rabbit hole, and then
And then there's another 12 to the left.
That
Yeah.
is exactly right. So, and Micah is so good at problem solving and knowing exactly where to turn. He really is good at that.
Yep. Shout out Ben Loman. Thank you for Micah.
Yes, I agree. Thank you to Micah, but thank you to the rest of the guys at Ben Loma too, because
Absolutely.
they have been a great partner.
Yeah.
Great partner.
And also, speaking of great sponsors and partners of the show, Security Federal Savings Bank is one of our proud sponsors. With the weather getting warmer, are you looking to remodel your home, or maybe it's time for a boat or camper? Matt Ritchie and the lending team members at Security Federal Savings Bank can help make your dreams a reality. Security Federal Savings Bank, the friendliest bank in town, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Thank you, Security Federal, for being a great sponsor of Town Talk.
You know, I grew up with Matt Ritchie.
Did you?
He and I were in 4th grade class together. And
Who was your teacher?
Miss Lynn Cole.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
She was one of the best. Let me tell you. She was really one of the best. But Matt and I we rode our bikes together all through, and we terrorized Westwood
Oh, I believe that.
from about 90 to 93 or so,
Okay.
because we were 12 to 15 years old. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was a good time.
Yeah, good time. Back before, curfews were a thing and you could just ride your bike and go do what you want, and cell phones weren't around, so they couldn't track your location.
That's exactly right. We would ride our bikes up to Hardee's in the morning. We really did go all through Westwood. We would
Yeah.
shoot squirrels with BB guns.
Oh.
I
The
know.
historic Hardee's.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, Connor, good one.
The disdain right now. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, though, we are going to have a lot of news from the Main Street Journal for you, so everybody stick around. We'll be right back.
Take a load off Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny.
Ascension St. Thomas River Park is here to listen to you because caring for you is our #1 priority. Ascension Care Teams start by understanding you, your health, and your life to deliver care that's right for you. Now offering cardiac CT angiography services, a non-invasive cardiac exam that looks at the blood vessels that supply blood to the heart and can detect if plaque has narrowed the coronary arteries. The compassionate, personalized care you've come to expect is right here in McMinnville. We're more than just a hospital, ER, and a clinic. We want to give you hope, health, and strength.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. Let me, Sabrina Keaton, help you turn your life goals into accomplishments. Here at Security Federal Savings Bank, we can assist you with buying a car, debt consolidation, purchasing a home, or remodeling your current home. Whatever your needs are, we will keep it simple at Security Federal Savings Bank. We look forward to serving you and building relationships that last generations. Security Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
McMinnville, you're a part of me. McMinnville, Tennessee. There's nothing like you anywhere around. I'm proud to say
This is Christy Partain with Graves Family Pharmacy, and we check all the boxes when it comes to family, community, and patient care. We have the best drive-thru in town where you will be greeted with a smile, and you can talk to us while being fully protected from the sun and the rain. Why go to a big box store when you can talk with local people that truly care about you and your family? Follow us on Facebook and feel free to ask questions. Come see us on Main Street at Graves Family Pharmacy, where you are much more than just a name and date of birth.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
Douglas and Lanier, that's where I choose to be. Douglas and Lanier, that's the agency for me.
For rock-solid insurance coverage or sound financial planning for my family's future, Douglas and Lanier is where I choose to call home.
Call Douglas and Lanier, your local Erie agents, at 811 Faulkner Springs Road, McMinnville, at 931-474-0044.
10 years. What an honor to serve our community as Best of the Best nursing home for 10 years in a row. Did you know at NHC Healthcare that we offer a specialty in lymphedema treatment, an option for a short respite stay, and lots of local people to serve you and your family? Stop by and visit us at 928 Old Smithville Road and follow our Facebook page at NHC Healthcare McMinnville to see what really makes us the best of the best.
Local, national, and everything in between. Here's the news.
Good morning. Welcome back to Town Talk. My name is Raven Young, and we have Chad Graves with us filling in the co-host seat today.
I am not Rob Nunley.
Not Rob Nunley.
He has some pretty big shoes to fill.
Or you could also go with not Justin Reed,
or not Connor Winton.
Or not Connor Winton.
Yes.
Yeah. Do we need some kind of face over his face on the live stream, Connor?
Can you put Connor's face over mine?
I actually don't have any pictures of myself in here. It's very surprising.
Very surprising. All right. Well, this segment is sponsored by the Main Street Journal. If you don't already subscribe, head on over to www.mainstreetjournal.llc, and you can stay up to date on all of the things that are happening in McMinnville, Warren County. And there's even some national good news from Justin Reed on there. So pretty great. But we were talking a little bit before the break there about a certain sign over the weekend that caused a bit of a stir.
It did cause a bit of a stir. So the Superama sign, who is a great sponsor of Town Talk and has been a sponsor of Town Talk for
long time,
many years.
Yes,
they installed a digital sign. What, 2 months ago? 3 months ago?
Yeah, somewhere in that time frame.
Maybe a little longer ago than that. And it's been displaying, their ads and what's going on. But over the weekend, there was a political message that said a profane word.
Trump released the Epstein files.
Yes.
So blank Trump.
That's right. Blank Trump released the Epstein files, which I think he should release files too, but I'm not going to go to that extreme to tell everyone that. Yeah. Well, and I think part of my problem with it, and also I guess we should preface it by saying this, that it wasn't Superama that posted this message, obviously. It was not our local Superama that did that, no. Right. They are saying that they were hacked, basically, and there's a hacker that did it, but they don't actually have control of this sign here locally. So our local Superama is not to blame. They had turned the sign off. I didn't drive by this morning, but when I drove by yesterday evening, the sign was still off. So I have a theory of what happened here. What's your theory? So someone in the corporate office in Nashville that controls all of the signs, they have a way of sending a message to the sign itself. So you could send an email to a mailbox, and it will actually pick up that message. Oh, so if someone found out the email address to send that information to, someone could send a message to that email address, and it would just pick up and automatically roll with that. Okay. So I am pretty sure that's probably what happened. That's what happened. They did not have the security on the sign that they should have. Well, when I say should have, but that they didn't realize that they needed. Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't really think about your
digital sign getting in a McMinnville getting hacked, you know?
Well, after that, I definitely thought about my digital sign.
Right.
So making sure that
it's there and protected.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it is unfortunate. I guess obviously, I would prefer there not to be a digital sign in downtown in the historic district, and we probably would have had this problem. But I don't care who the sign, the verbiage was towards. It doesn't matter what person was there. The profane language is what I have the biggest problem with. Like, I don't care what your political views are. I have friends on both sides, and I think we can all be civil and have a discussion. But putting ugly language up there for visitors of McMinnville to see, for children to see, I think is just completely uncalled for.
I agree. It was someone with some obvious malicious intent did this and had no regard for the public.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they didn't even know that the sign was on Main Street in McMinnville.
I don't know.
I have a feeling that they did not even know that that's
Maybe.
where it was. They just sent it out and did not.
Because Superama's address is 313 West Morford Street, so they may have thought it was on Morford Street.
Right.
But it doesn't. Either way, I think putting that on a sign, regardless of where it is
so whoever
terrible.
did that had obvious malicious intent and probably not a person that I would want to hang out with on the weekend.
Yeah. And there is a quote in the articles from an employee at Superama saying that it was hacked, and that is all that we know now. So it wasn't our local Superama. I don't think that even necessarily, I don't think that our local Superama should be held, because obviously with this, it was all over chatter, and with that, people are saying, oh, I'm not shopping there anymore. Just how people are. It's one way or the other. And I don't think that our local Superama should be held, I guess, liable for what they did. I mean, they didn't cause this, and I don't think that people should boycott the store because of it.
Right. I do think they should increase the security on the camera itself, or on the sign itself. And I'm sure
after this that has been done.
Well, it made me go in and make sure that all of our stuff is buttoned up the way that it should be.
So there are other Superamas in other communities. I wonder if this was like this happened in other locations.
You know what? That's something that we should research a little bit.
Yeah.
If they have I didn't know that there were other Superamas.
Mm-hmm. Or other, I'm assuming there's other.
Tejan's family.
Because I know that they have a district and a general manager that isn't at our local McMinnville. I mean, they're over our store, obviously, but they're in other locations. So I just wonder whether it's called Superama or not. Maybe it's like an umbrella of a family of grocery stores but either way, I wonder if they had this problem at any of the other ones, because if this sign isn't being controlled by a server here, it's being controlled by a server somewhere else. It leads me to think that it's probably controlling others also. So I wonder if it went out on their signs as well.
That'd be interesting to research. So
Yeah.
during the next break, I'll do a little research on that.
See if we can.
See if I can find out.
I don't know. Interesting. But there were also lots of other things on the Main Street Journal. Did you see, so we had Isha on last week, some guests from Isha. Did you see that Isha donated money to Kids of the Community for new playground equipment? And I think, I'm going to have to scroll through. Yeah, $20,249 that they wrote a check to Kids of the Community.
That's an incredible
Isn't it?
donation. That is an absolutely incredible donation.
I don't really care what your opinion on Isha is, whether it's in support or against, although the people that I've spoken to have been great, but they just donated $20,000 to a Kids of the Community organization right here in McMinnville. Like, that's incredible.
So I think that Isha is taking the right steps in order to, I wouldn't say correct, but to improve their image in our community.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're making an effort.
They are making an effort, and this is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Anytime you hand somebody a check, it's
Yeah, but Kids of the Community is a really great organization too. It does a lot, and I don't think a lot of people understand how many kids it actually does impact. But for them to be able to have that donated to Kids of the Community is a really big deal.
I agree. That was a very, very nice gesture and a very nice gift to the kids of the community. And I'm very happy with what Kids of the Community is doing for Warren County.
Just a few stats from 2024. Kids of the Community served 300 area youth, provided 15,446 meals, and hosted 221 events, including daily homework help, adventure activities, service projects, special events, and backyard Bible club. And this is Kids of the Community's 27th year of service.
That's incredible. And I know some of the wonderful, wonderful volunteers that go to Kids of the Community, and they have after-school programs where they help the kids with their homework and make sure that their homework is done. So thank you to those volunteers that put their time and energy into this program. It is an absolutely wonderful program. You know what? I think the leaders of Kids of the Community would be a great guest.
They would, yeah. So Barry Dishman has retired. So I know there have been a few changes there, but I think the Tara Mullins might be working with him. I know Tara really well, so I might have to reach out and see if we can, see who's kind of working with them from the legal side now, and maybe see about getting them in and representatives directly from Kids of the Community
I know
themselves.
That Christy Allison also works with Kids of the Community. Okay. So, Connor, do you know who is running that program now?
Kids of the Community?
Yes.
I do not.
But we can figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll get in touch with them. So, really great thing. Appreciate Isha for donating $20,000. That's a pretty big deal.
So another story that was outstanding, and I'm proud to say that I go to church at Westwood.
It was a big deal.
It was a very big deal. Over 1,000 people came through that line to get school supplies.
That's awesome. I know on Friday they said there were 783 backpacks. Is that right?
783 backpacks.
I think that was the number.
And I know that there are just a little over 6,000 students in all of Warren County schools.
Really? There's not more than that?
About a little over 6,000.
Now does that include the online and the adult high school and things like that, and probably obviously not homeschool, but
I am not sure of those specific numbers, but
in the public schools.
In the public schools, I recall that number is a little over 6,000.
Okay.
And so nearly 1,000 of them came through that line.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So was it a big event? I mean, I drove by at about 11, because I think the event was 9 to 11, correct? So I drove by at about 11 going somewhere else, but the entire parsonage front lawn was full of vehicles, as well as obviously both sides of the parking lot of the church building. There were cars in the street. Like, it looked absolutely insane.
So they told all of the volunteers from Westwood to park in the preacher's
so that's
the
where
preacher's yard so that we could keep the parking lot clear for people that need to come through the line.
It looked like there were other vehicles than just volunteers parked there with as packed as it looked when I drove by. So
sorry, I was about to call her Jennifer Mulliken, but Jennifer Van Vuren.
Yes.
She and Ansley Murphy were the two responsible for organizing this, and they put so much energy into getting this organized. So thank you to those two very fine ladies.
Thank you to Westwood Church and all of the volunteers there who made it happen. I mean, that's a big service to the community, especially the kids, and it's going to help them start their school year off right.
You know, the churches in our community are such an important part of the fabric of Warren County and how they help all of the people here. We should probably start to have some type of segment about churches and people that are helping the churches in Warren County.
Yeah, I think having some churches on would be great.
Yeah,
I really do.
I think it's a good idea, and something I've been thinking about. I don't know exactly how to get every person on, but we need to figure out exactly how we can do that and what that segment looks like. So coming soon.
Yeah, and if you're listening and have an opinion on that, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And we are going to have to take a break in a quick second. There is so much more still on the MainStreetJournal.llc, though. So like I said, highly recommend to hit that subscribe button. It is $7 a month or $77. for a
right.
year.
That's right.
Okay. So you can hit that subscribe button and stay up to date because there's also a Biz Beat that Seth Wright put out at the end of the week last week about a new business coming to downtown. So lots of stuff happening. But
And Warren County's Finest closed last night for the nominations.
Good. Yes. All right. So I think here in a couple of days, August 1st is when we're supposed to have the voting start for that.
That's
so
right.
We'll see who all got nominated and get it narrowed down to the top 5.
We had last I looked, was over 2,000 entries.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back with more Town Talk. Stick around.
Milk, but you're cold to the core. Now rumor has it she ain't got your love anymore. Rumor has it.
This is Brian Kell, and I'm hiding in my vehicle to record this commercial about Ben Lomond Connect's Managed IT so that Michael Lawrence.
Brian, I'm so glad I found you because our Managed IT team wants to make sure businesses know that we offer a free assessment of their network and how we can make your IT situation better. No strings attached.
You need a string.
So whether it's security awareness training, cloud backup, or handling your IT needs full-time or on a case-by-case basis, we can help.
Somebody help me.
So call your BLC office today.
Somebody please call him.
Conquerors are made of different stuff. When the waves come crashing down, they beg for more. When the drop-off sinks beneath them, they grit their teeth and dive head first. And when others quiver, conquerors stare thrills in the face with steely eyes of determination. Smoky Mountain Water Park, Sevierville, Tennessee. Conquer the mountain. Season passes available at SmokyMountainWaterPark.com.
Make your car shine like new with a full auto detail from Reddick Brown Ford, now up to 50% off at MainStreetShopper.llc. And while you're at it, snag gift certificates to Cumberland Biscuit Company, Southern Traditions Gifts, and Old Oak Mercantile. Perfect for gifting or keeping. Local deals done right. Head to MainStreetShopper.llc today.
30 years. Just how long is that? Well, 30 years ago, the World Wide Web didn't exist. No iPhones, no flat-screen televisions, and no Netflix. You might have installed AOL using a floppy disk. Yep, 30 years is a long time. And to stay in business for 30 plus years, well, you have to do things the right way, especially in the last 30 years, when things have changed so much. The Rogers family has done it the right way, building a car dealership with a focus on integrity, treating people the right way, making fair deals. No tired car dealership cliches. The Rogers really forged a different way to buy a car. It's a hometown-friendly feel. Ed Rogers Valley Ford. 30 years of doing business the right way. 111 Auto Lane, Sparta. And online, edrogersvalleyford.com. Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Same ownership, same customer service for 30 years with that friendly hometown feel.
Hey, it's Kevel at the cafe at Tree City. Have you tried our new handcrafted tea, like the London Fog Latte? You can now also choose from a variety of chais. Keep it simple with the original, or go bold with adding turmeric. Are you watching your sugar? Our Zero Sugar Chai has all of the flavor, none of the guilt. Come explore something new. The Cafe at Tree City. Freshly brewed, boldly crafted just for you.
Welcome back to Town Talk. My name is Raven Young. We have Chad Graves filling in the co-host seat today.
Thank you, Raven. Filling in for Rob.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some big shoes to fill, but
yeah,
we're thinking about you, Rob. Hope you're listening.
You think he's listening?
I don't know if he is or not.
I don't know. Rob's very dedicated. He might be. You never know.
Well, he texted and said, I'm worried about the news. I'm worried about being on the show. But
yeah.
I said, Rob, just get to feeling better and we'll be all right.
Yep, it'll be okay. You know what though? I am glad that it's not raining like those sound effects that Connor just played made it sound. I'm glad we don't have that weather currently.
Well, I was telling Emily over the weekend how much I love summer. I do. I love the summertime where
So you're to blame for this, 95-degree heat that we're getting?
I'll take it all day long. I will take it.
Okay.
Because it is nice and bright outside whenever I wake up. It is nice
and
bright.
And you can't breathe because it's so sweltering hot.
I tell you, I will take that all day long because whenever it's wintertime and it's dark when I wake up and it's dark at 4:30, that really...
It is depressing.
It is.
And when it gets dark, in the evening and you're driving home after work, it really just makes me want to go get or cook dinner and immediately go to bed. Like, that's all I want to do when it's dark like that. But I like to be able to breathe. And, and the heat makes that a little bit harder to do. So I would prefer that it was about 75 degrees instead of 95 degrees.
Of course, I prefer that, but I also just don't mind it.
Oh, see, I do. I really don't like the heat. It's just so hot.
Well, Dwayne Ramsey tells us, what a great day to have a great day. I agree with that, Dwayne.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that comment.
Yep. Well, the weather that we have at least anticipated for today, let's see if I can get my phone to open back up. Looks like we are currently 79 degrees in downtown McMinnville. There is a 30% chance, actually it says a 50% chance of storms today. So we'll see if it actually rains or does anything. It did rain for a little bit last night. I know we had a pretty good shower come through out in Dibroll. And then also I have a little bit of a weather history. On July 28th, 1952, I think that might have been a little bit before your time, Chad.
Before my time, yes.
Temperature at Nashville reaches 107 for the second consecutive day. All-time record highs are set at Centerville, Columbia, and Palmetto at 109. Shelbyville at 107, Springfield 106, Tullahoma 106, and Monteagle 101.
Wow.
So I hope that we don't get anywhere close to 107. We might all be frying like a fried egg,
I would like to know, it feels like we've had more rain this year than normal.
Absolutely.
But I heard someone say that we're still sort of in the average rainfall range, but I don't know.
I think it felt like we had more rain because we had so many consecutive days of rain, but it wasn't so much like a torrential downpour all at once like we've had sometimes in the past. And so sometimes we've had a lot of flooding in the past, and it seems like maybe we had more rain then. But I think we've had about the same amount of rain. It's just that we have gotten it over a period of time versus so much all at once. And I'm not a weather expert like Miss Kava is, so I know that she would be able to give us a better answer to that question. But at least from talking to my farmer husband who pays attention to the weather, that's kind of what we have discussed, that it seems like it's happened because it has rained a lot.
Well, it feels like our growing season has done very, very well for the corn and soybeans.
Yeah.
Because I know that our garden has been outstanding this year.
Mm-hmm.
We had so much corn and we have so many tomatoes now. It's great.
Yeah.
We've had a really, really good year for the garden.
Yeah, we didn't plant a garden this year. I had wanted to, and then it just never happened, and we ran out of time. So,
well, my dad and my mother-in-law. So my dad loves doing the tractor work and tilling the garden, and he likes to get out there and pick the garden, and he keeps the bugs off. But Emily's mom, she loves getting out and working at 5:30 or 6 in the morning.
Yeah. Well, when it's not so sweltering hot as
Yes.
the heat that Chad Graves likes.
Well, she can't stand the thought of anything going to waste.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, yeah.
and I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I can.
I'm in that same mindset. I like to, when we have had gardens in the past, make sure that you cook all the tomatoes down, whether you're doing sauce or whatever. Use every vegetable that is possible out of your garden, no matter what. So.
And we canned tomatoes a few years back.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Oh, it's so much work.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah. Normally, I'll go ahead and just go make my spaghetti sauce and not just can just tomatoes or tomato juice. I'll go ahead and take it a step further and go ahead and do it into the sauce. That way it just saves me a little bit of time down the road. But
we would make salsa, and we still have cans of salsa from 2019 when we grew.
Yeah.
Instead of having 2 rows of tomatoes, we planted 4 rows that year. I think we had over 100 tomato plants.
Oh my gosh.
And no one wanted any of it to go to waste.
Yeah.
So we canned.
It's a lot of tomatoes.
Yeah, it took a long time.
Yeah.
But it was actually a great experience for me because I had never done that before.
Oh, you had never canned before that?
I had not.
Yeah. No, I like canning. I'll freeze a lot of vegetables too. I don't can everything, but I do like canning. It's definitely a art to it. You got to figure out, the right way to make sure that all the food stays safe, and you have to have the right tools and all that kind of stuff. But it's definitely something that obviously our ancestors and grandmothers and everybody has done for a long time before us. So I think it's something to definitely be learned and that the younger generation needs to know how to do.
Well, I learned something on the Town Talk show with Abby because they say that whenever the cucumbers were too close to the squash plants, that's what made the cucumbers bitter.
Yeah, they cross-pollinate.
Yeah, and I had no idea. I thought, why on earth are our cucumbers so bitter?
Oh, do you have them planted next to squash?
Right next to them.
All right.
Yes. So
was that this year or?
We had a few this year. We had one squash plant that was really close to the cucumbers, and we did have several bitter cucumbers. But actually, I learned that this year.
Yeah.
It was great.
We don't normally eat cucumbers just as cucumbers. We'll pickle them, so then the bitterness kind of goes away, I think. But
I love cucumbers.
If you put enough sugar on them.
Well, I like cucumbers with salt, and my wife tells me I like the salt shaker a little too much, but it's.
Yeah. Has your doctor told you that?
Well, yeah, of course.
Because Emily's your pharmacist, so I didn't know if the doctor was concurring with the pharmacist and the wife.
The doctor's always saying, "Hey, you should put
Cut
down
back.
the salt shaker," but it's like if you're not enjoying your life, then what are you really doing?
That is Connor's mantra to a T. Oh my gosh, Connor, Chad Graves over here is giving you some, words of wisdom. Oh, he's on the phone. Sorry. So he's not hearing it at all.
Are you even really living if you're not enjoying what you're doing? So that's the way that my parents have lived. That they enjoy what they do every day.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Wendy Sneed just texted and said that UT Extension Office has great canning guides. So if you ever need some information on how to can, UT Extension there.
If it's not on a YouTube video.
Oh yeah. Well, Farmer's Almanac. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. How did I learn to can? Because a lot of it was trial and error. Because I think I researched obviously how best to do it, but I don't actually have a pressure canner, and so that's part of the reason I don't can a lot of different things. Generally, with tomatoes and tomato sauce, it's acidic enough that you can it, and it's not gonna. You don't really have to worry about it as much. So I water bath can all of my tomato stuff, but I still have spaghetti from 2 years ago that's still good. So
did Wendy send that on the DS Farm Supply message board?
Oh, you know what? She sent it straight to a text message to me, but science-based guides, Chad. Food safety is important.
I'm sure there are tons of YouTube videos out there on it because that's where I learn.
Yeah. But you can't believe everything you read on the internet.
That's true.
So
that's true.
If you go straight to a source like UT Extension, then
it's
probably tried and true.
Whenever we were growing apples in our apple orchard, we looked at the UT Extension. We called everybody at the UT Extension office, and it was really they were very, very helpful.
Do you still have apples?
We have apple trees.
Did you know that McMinnville used to be known for its apple brandy?
I do know that.
You should make some apple brandy and bring that back, Chad.
I was going to tell you, I'm like, if you knew how hard it was to grow apples.
I don't doubt at all.
But your husband knows how hard it is to grow trees.
Anything,
yeah. To grow anything.
Did you know that apple trees, like when you buy something from the grocery store, if an apple hits the ground, they can't sell it?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of like big orchards and stuff that sell fruit, like for a main supply, they actually have nets and stuff under a lot of the trees of different types of fruits and nuts and things like that to actually catch them, because when stuff hits the ground, you can't resell it. I think it's something to do with botulism. I could be making that up, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Well, whenever I lived in Georgia, we would go to this apple orchard in I guess North Georgia. It was in Blue Ridge, Georgia.
Yeah.
And we loved it so much
that
I said, Emily, I want to do that in
I think
Warren
I know
County.
which one you're talking about.
It's called Mercier's Orchard.
Yes, I've been there.
Yes.
They have some great strawberry wine.
Yeah, well, they had these fried pies that were they're outstanding.
They sell all the cider and all the stuff. It's a great
and
place.
that's what I wanted to do, but I had no idea how hard it was to actually grow fruit. I thought, you just dig a hole and you put the tree in the ground.
Yeah, no, that's not right.
I know now. I know now. I have to learn a hard lesson, Raven.
Yeah. All right, we have to take a quick break. When we come back, though, we have a whole lot more Town Talk coming up for everybody, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Warehouse Discount Grocery serving McMinnville and Warren County with the best meats, freshest produce, and the best prices on all your favorite groceries. Look at these hot deals right now. Fresh 80% lean ground chuck family pack, $4.99 a pound. Prairie Fresh whole Boston butt pork roast, $1.99 a pound. And of course, Mountain Alabama grown tomatoes, $1.29 a pound. And some Mayfield Classic ice creams, 56 ounce, 2 for $4. Be sure to check out the full service deli featuring meats from Charter Reserve, Warehouse Discount Groceries, or you know them as WDG.
Hello, this is Devonia King with NHC Home Care. We are celebrating 54 years of compassionate care. Yes, that's right. This July marks 54 years of NHC Home Care serving families with love, dedication, and excellence in home health care. Since 1971, we've grown together, we've supported one another, and made meaningful differences in the lives of those we serve. To our patients, families, caregivers, and to our community, thank you for trusting us for over 5 decades. We are proud to continue the journey with you. Here's to the next chapter of care, compassion, and commitment.
Lester's Body Shop is located at 212 Old Morrison Road in the West Riverside area. Owner Terry Fowler values all of his customers. He is the best place to take your car, truck, van, or SUV for any type of body work. And one estimate from Lester's is all you need. Friendly, professional, reliable, and dependable. That's Terry and the gang at Lester's Body Shop, 212 Old Morrison Road. Call 473-5421.
Where can you go to spend some quality up-close and personal time alone with none other than 3 Star Cinema? Head over to the most affordable and convenient place in town featuring the latest releases fresh on the silver screen. 3 Star Cinema.
Now showing Fantastic Four, rated PG-13, Superman, rated PG-13, Smurfs, rated PG, How to Train Your Dragon, rated PG-13, Jurassic World, Rebirth, rated PG-13, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, rated R.
Sparta Street, McMinnville. 3 Star Cinema, where the stars come out at night.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business make good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
WBMC McMinnville, 960 AM and 97.7 FM. WBMC.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m.
Welcome back to Town Talk. My name is Raven Young. Thank you for being here with us today and getting your morning started. We also have co-host Chad Graves with us today.
I'm sitting in for Rob. Rob wasn't feeling very well this morning, and hopefully Rob gets to feeling better after he takes a little rest.
Yes, hopefully so. But we're going to make sure that our listeners have a show either way and bring them some great content. So thank you to everybody for being here with us, whether you're on Facebook, on YouTube, on the app, on the radio, however you're here. Thanks for getting your morning started. We sure do appreciate you. And I believe Connor has a giveaway for us this morning. So Connor, you want to preface how the how this challenge is going to work?
Yeah. Real simple. I want to be taking fourth caller.
Okay.
For a family pack of, was it Splash Mountain?
Soaky Mountain.
Soaky Mountain. Okay.
Sorry, they all confuse me. I don't go to amusement parks.
You sure?
I am the amusement
Oh, yeah.
at the park.
Hmm.
But
Okay, there's one caller.
yeah, there's one.
Okay, so for fourth caller to a pair of Soaky Mountain water tickets. And Soaky Mountain is in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, right?
I think Sevierville.
Yeah.
I think the city is actually Sevierville.
Okay, right. The county.
Sevier County.
Soaky Mountain. Let's look at that. Soaky Mountain Water Park. It is in, yes, Sevierville. I just wonder, is that actually on the Pigeon Forge side or the Gatlinburg side?
No, it's before you actually get to Pigeon Forge. So it is before.
Yeah, it's at the.
Yeah.
See, I consider pretty much that whole stretch once you get off the interstate, Pigeon Forge.
I know.
Because it just keeps growing.
I used to consider all of it Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But now I have to understand.
Gatlinburg's on the mountain.
Right.
Sevierville or Pigeon Forge is down the mountain. But okay, so it's before you get into the main portion of Pigeon Forge. Okay, gotcha. That sounds fun though. I mean, with 90-degree temperatures, I think a water park is definitely something that families would enjoy right now. And if you could plan, a trip maybe because school goes back next week. Can you get in one more trip before school goes back? Maybe.
Yeah, I think so because the teachers are actually back at school today.
Mm-hmm. They have in service. So, and then regular school or first full day is next Tuesday, the 5th. So August 5th.
So tonight on my show, we're going to have Caleb Sheehan, the principal of the Warren County Middle School.
Gotcha.
And he's been there for a couple of years now. Mm-hmm. And obviously he had to get his feet wet and see what was going on there. But I think they're going to make some changes this year in how the middle school used to have the different teams.
Mm-hmm.
So they are changing that. And I do have a middle schooler, a 7th grader. Lily, my youngest, is going into the 7th grade this year.
Oh, okay. And we're also going to have Grant Swallows on, a director of schools tomorrow on Town Talk as well. So.
That is great. I love whenever we have the school system, people from the school system on.
Yeah, so we'll kind of get an update on what all is going on with them. So that's great.
So, Dwayne, can you cite us the actual regulation about food being on the ground at a supermarket?
Might be able to.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Well, it says in warehouses, production, everything. So, yeah, I know that Cody has told me that rule about the apples falling on the ground. If they fall on the ground, they can't be sold. I think then they might have to go to be made to something else, or maybe that is kind of what they use then to go to brandy or something because it gets so fermented. I think at some point the germs aren't there anymore. But
I was reading these comments, and Joe Schofield and Drew Walker. So Drew lives in South Florida, and I imagine that it's hot and humid down there.
Yeah.
Very hot and humid right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Schofield lived in Florida, but he also lived in Alaska.
Yeah, so one extreme to the other.
That's right.
And then now he settled in great Tennessee.
I agree, and they're saying how great it is to have the different seasons, and I agree with that because spring, summer, and fall. The wintertime, though,
my favorite time of the year.
We could stay at spring and fall, and I'd be happy. Those are my two favorites because they're mild temperatures. And, I mean, the fall with all the leaves changing or the spring when everything's blooming and flowers and stuff's pretty. Those are my two favorites for sure.
I know there are some people that really love the cold weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not one of them.
I don't love the cold weather, but I would choose cold weather over hot weather, like hot weather at least.
Well, I just like having all of the daylight.
Yeah. I agree. I do like the daylight. It makes you feel better and more productive. We did have Kevin Holt comment on the Facebook comments, though. So he won some tickets he was the Where Is That winner with the last Where Is That. And so he said that he went yesterday with the tickets that they won, and the whole family loved it. Thanks.
Yes, thank you for that comment, Kevin. I'm glad you guys had a great time.
Yeah.
Speaking of winners, by the way.
Did we get a winner?
We got a winner.
All right.
That winner's going to be Sandra Lyle.
Congratulations,
Sandra.
Great. That is awesome. She's a avid listener, and her granddaughter, Mia. So I hope that she gets to take Mia to Soaky Mountain. That would be cool.
That would be great.
Yeah.
So congratulations on winning that.
Caller number 4, Sandra Lyle. Congratulations. So
it's outstanding.
Joe Schoolfield, fall number 1, hands down, right there with you.
Well, I'm very glad that we're able to give away these tickets and other
Yeah.
people can enjoy taking their families to these different trips. And again, this is the last week that the kids are out of school.
I know. Yeah, because then, once we get to like fall break, it would still be warm enough probably to still go to water park and stuff. But, this is the last of summer. Make the most of it.
I agree. But I think the teachers might understand if the kids missed one day.
You think?
Maybe.
Okay. Ask Principal Sheehan tonight.
I will. I'll
ask Grant Swallows tomorrow. Let's see what they think about that.
Well, my mom was a teacher for 30 years, and she said that, there were some kids that would miss for different vacations, and I'd say it did get a little annoying at times if they missed and missed and missed. But I think it's okay to miss every now and then.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
ask the educator on that tonight.
I will.
Because I think that is probably frowned upon.
It probably is, but it's still good to be with the family.
I agree. It is good to be with the family and to make
Frowned upon
memories.
and outright banned are two very different things.
I agree with that.
They are, yeah. But you can schedule your vacations when people are off.
That's fair. Fair.
Because students get so much time off compared to what the schedule used to be. Like I feel like there was at least at one point, which this was due to snow days, but early this year, in the January, February, when we were having a lot of snow days, I think it was 6 weeks after they came back from Christmas break that they had at least one day off for at least 6 weeks straight. They didn't go a full week until well into the new school year.
I do recall that, and I understand that as well. So I think that they made some rule changes this year so that they can use these severe weather days, but they still count as school days.
Oh, yes.
So
okay.
Because the technology is so great now that we can do most of that remotely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kevin Hobbs, I worked at YoPlay Yogurt for 6 years. If a cup even touched the ground, it got thrown away. The plant I was at had both TDA and FDA on hand. Employees could not go outside with their uniforms on, no jewelry or makeup. Wow, that's pretty strict.
What about the 5-second rule?
Probably not when you're making food for consumption of the general population. Your own home, yeah. You can take it up to 10 seconds, I guess, depending on how clean your floors are. But
yeah, just pick it up and blow it off. And
as long as there's not cat hair attached to it, it's probably okay.
Well, luckily, there are no cats that live in my house, but they do. If the door stays open for more than half a second, they scream and run inside. And sometimes it's hard to catch them.
Yeah. Have Missy and Biscuit started coming in, or are they still just strictly barn cats?
They're in the barn, and those cats are loved by so many people. There are so many kids that go over to Nana's house and go play with the cats. It's pretty great.
Oh, good.
They are cute, though. They're little small cats and
they're
kittens.
They're still growing.
They are. But they're a lot of fun, and they sound cute when you go over there. They are kind of fun to see.
Okay, but so they're not the ones that are running in.
Kevin says the 5-second rule did not apply.
Yep, did not apply. Now, I mean, even when I worked at Cracker Barrel and I was a server, you weren't allowed to wear jewelry or have nail polish on your fingers or anything like that because it was a health safety thing. So if something chipped and, went in the food, or your necklace fell off and went in the food or anything like that. So a lot of times with food distribution, for sure, there's a lot of strict rules.
Well, I can appreciate that because I do not want to find fingernails or jewelry or hair or anything else in my food. Yes.
All right, so we are going to take a quick break, but we still have a whole hour of Town Talk coming up for you, so everybody stick around. We'll be right back with more.
Sail my yacht. He's taken everything I got. All I've got's this sunny afternoon. Save me, save me, save me from this squeeze. I got a big fat mama trying to break me.
As business owners, we understand the importance of attracting and retaining top talent.
Offering a comprehensive retirement plan can make all the difference for your employees.
You're not just creating a plan, you're giving your team the tools to secure their future.
A retirement plan not only strengthens your team, but also shows your commitment to their long-term success.
At Pure Wealth Partners, we're fiduciaries, which means we prioritize your best interest.
We'll sit down with you to craft a tailored retirement plan that meets your company's unique needs.
Located right here in McMinnville, we're committed to our community.
No 800 numbers here. Call us directly at 931-507-7873.
Or visit purewealthpartners.com. Pure Wealth Partners, your local partner in financial success. Securities and Retirement Plan Consulting Program advisory services offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Private Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. Private Advisor Group and Pure Wealth Partners are separate entities from LPL Financial.
David Stinson is your fourth-generation jeweler at Diamond Jewelry in historic downtown McMinnville with 60 years of precious memories that last forever. As they say, diamonds are a girl's best friend. See him at Diamond Jewelry on Main Street for that special gift that truly inspires. Diamond Jewelry Company, 931-473-2960. See him. You'll be glad you did.
Celebrate your independence from clutter. At McMinnville Moving and Storage, our friendly, highly trained professional staff is here to help you clean out those fall and winter items that are still cluttering up your space by moving them into our secure, climate-controlled storage units. Moving? Well, our team is here to pack and move you across town or across the country. Get a free quote today by calling 931-473-2805 or online at McMinnvilleMoving.com. With more than 60 years serving our area, we're McMinnville Moving and Storage, where we move your memories to your future.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code EARN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code EARN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code EARN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself.
Good morning. Welcome back to Town Talk. My name is Raven Young. We have co-host Chad Graves in with us this morning.
Hello. I'm sitting in for Rob, who wasn't feeling well.
Yes, thanks for being here, Chad. We also need to say thank you to Pioneer Lanes. It is the perfect place for any occasion. If you're looking for somewhere to host your next birthday party, company party, church group, school field trip, or private event, Pioneer Lanes is the perfect place. Check out their new website with a full kitchen menu at www.pioneerlanestn.com for all information on hours, prices, pro shop appointments, or inquiries about parties. Check out their newly renovated and expanded arcade, and don't forget about the weekend specials each week. Pioneer Lanes is located at 200 Hobson Street in McMinnville. We'll see you at the alley. And we have a special guest with us this morning, Chief Nicole Mosley of the McMinnville City Police Department. So thank you for being here. Appreciate you making it in. And so we had Chief on as a regularly scheduled guest to hopefully be able to learn a little bit more about what you do and your background and everything that is Chief Nicole Mosley.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks for being here. So why don't you tell our listeners just a quick synopsis about you.
About me.
Yes.
Okay. Well, of course, I was born and raised here.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in the retail business.
Mm-hmm.
Fraley's Furniture, was our family's business, and we had Touch of Class gift shop. But growing up, I was expected to be in retail.
Yes.
But it just
this
wasn't
is
my passion.
A little bit of a different career path.
Oh, most definitely. It was different. So whenever I graduated college, I thought, well, okay, I'll go into psychology or something. That didn't happen. I wanted to take a break after I got my degree, so I got a job as a youth services officer here. And so I did that for almost 2 years. And then, of course, they were, the push was to have a female police officer.
Yeah.
We're kind of running behind times. This was back in 95. So.
Right.
So I thought, I never really thought about it because, growing up, it's just something that's in a man's world, basically. So I just really didn't think about that. I always liked detective stuff, but, never thought my path would go that way.
Right.
So I thought, well, okay, I'll apply. And I got the job. So kind of went from there, I started as a patrol officer and then moved in as a detective.
Okay.
Most of my career was there. Is in the detective division.
Okay.
So I went from sergeant, lieutenant, captain, and now I'm chief.
Okay.
So, and that's something I never even thought about at all. But I've been with the department 30 years now.
Wow.
So it's 30 years in June. So.
How exactly because sheriff is a elected position, obviously in the county. So how does the chief position work in the city?
So you have to apply, and then you interview, and then they appoint who they want. So
who do you interview with?
Typically, it's like with a city administrator, chiefs from other departments that sit in on the interview. The chief before me sat in, on the interview process as well. So they'll pick, if you and they typically have, like to have outside chiefs to sit in.
Yeah. But there's not like a term limit or anything on that?
No, you could just be here 1 minute, go.
Or you could be here forever.
True.
Because I think that everybody loves you. So I think we're all very blessed to have you as our police chief.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But, and, going through this process, though, I mean, it was, typically you like to try to promote within if you can.
Right.
So when they posted it, I'm like, well, I'll put in.
Yeah.
And, of course, like I said, I didn't think about that. Wasn't my long-term goal. I thought, I'll never reach that. Reach that.
Well, and again, it was a man's world.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just never thought. There's a lot of obstacles I had to go through the years.
Right.
Believe me. But they did post outside. So I interviewed against a few other people. From outside the department. But thankfully, I got the job.
Yeah.
So.
And so, how long have you been police chief?
Been police chief 4.5 years.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So, Chief Mosley, what does the police chief do? I understand that you're in charge of all of the police officers in the city, but are you still out chasing criminals?
No, and that was the difficult thing, as far as coming from being in the detective division, because it's a totally different role, so that was my passion. So, I've kind of, it was hard trying to separate that because you typically don't get involved in, all that sort of thing. So it's a lot of administrative, making sure you've got enough manpower, dealing, with administrative stuff with, you got the board and the mayor and just the policies, procedures,
a lot of politics.
Budgets, equipment. I mean, there's, all that you got to take care of. Plus, listening to any complaints you may have about your officers that you have to go look at.
And I'm sure you have to deal with people calling in sick and, making sure any discipline issues. In any organization that you have, there are some personnel issues that you have to deal with, I'm sure.
Yes. And that's not the fun.
I know, it's not the fun part.
Yeah, being the boss isn't always fun.
Right.
But
we've got a great department, so it's, I'm really blessed to have. I got some great men and women there. So
I agree. I've never been chased by the police department.
Connor?
I bet Connor has.
No.
But I have been the recipient of some service from the police department. We had a break-in at the pharmacy about a year and a half ago. We had
a truck take down your awning.
That's right. A truck took down the awning, and I cannot say enough great things about how the police officers came immediately to help and assist, and they did not leave until we were comfortable and satisfied. So they were really there to help us. And Caitlin Cannon, the detective, she was great, keeping me informed of the criminals that broke into our pharmacy. They broke into several other pharmacies that same night. She kept us informed of all of that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good to know, because, there are occasions that there might be, somebody might have a negative experience.
Well, and you're going to hear the negatives more than the
happen.
positives, because generally people complain more than they will go out of their way to say something good.
Yeah, but we appreciate all the praise. We do get a lot of good, phone calls. So people call and leave me a message. Got a ticket, and just say, well, that I just want to let you know your officer was very professional. And we appreciate that. It goes a long way, because we're not perfect, and don't know what happened on the call before that, and they may be a little irritated about something else, and not particularly at the person they're dealing with. So
I do remember getting some speeding tickets whenever I was much younger.
Okay.
I think Officer John Morgan wrote me a ticket whenever I was 16. Right there where Cleaners Express is. I'll never forget it. I was scared to death.
How fast were you going?
I was doing 52.
Isn't that like 35?
Yes, in a
Chad
35.
Graves.
Whenever you're 16, you don't understand.
Your brain's not fully developed.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I got stopped a time or two myself.
All right. Well, we have to take a quick break, but we are going to come back and talk with Chief Mosley a little bit more. So everybody stick around, and we will be right back with more Town Talk here in just a minute.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on.
Getting a loan can sometimes be confusing and intimidating. You may have questions before you make the decision to borrow money. If you need help with a car, home, or personal loan, I'd be glad to talk it over with you. Come by and see me, Meredith Woodley, or any of our lending team. At Security Federal Savings Bank, we look forward to helping you find the answers you need to feel at ease with your next purchase. That's Security Federal Savings Bank, the friendliest bank in town. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
McMinnville, you're a part of me. McMinnville, Tennessee. There's nothing like you anywhere around. I'm proud to say you're my hometown.
This is Christy Partain with Graves Family Pharmacy, and we check all the boxes when it comes to family, community, and patient care. We have the best drive-thru in town where you will be greeted with a smile, and you can talk to us while being fully protected from the sun and the rain. Why go to a big box store when you can talk with local people that truly care about you and your family? Follow us on Facebook and feel free to ask questions. Come see us on Main Street at Graves Family Pharmacy, where you are much more than just a name and date of birth.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
10 years. What an honor to serve our community as Best of the Best Nursing Home for 10 years in a row. Did you know at NHC Healthcare that we offer a specialty in lymphedema treatment, an option for a short respite stay, and lots of local people to serve you and your family? Stop by and visit us at 928 Old Smithville Road and follow our Facebook page at NHC Healthcare McMinnville to see what really makes us the best of the best.
Douglas and Lanier, that's where I choose to be. Douglas and Lanier, that's the agency for me.
For rock-solid insurance coverage or sound financial planning for my family's future, Douglas and Lanier is where I choose to call home.
Call Douglas and Lanier, your local Erie agents, at 811 Faulkner Springs Road, McMinnville, at 931-474-0044.
Need service for your Ford but short on time? Hi, I'm Service Manager Jordan Shank at Reddick Brown Ford, where we make it easy with complimentary pickup and delivery. Whether it's routine maintenance or repairs, we'll come to you, take care of your vehicle, and bring it right back, all without interrupting your day. Experience stress-free service from a name you trust. Schedule your appointment now at ReddickBrownFord.com. Reddick Brown Ford, where convenience meets quality care.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the woots. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home.
Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I knew Connor was going to do it. I did.
That is better than the I shot the sheriff that Jackie Matheny got the first time. So that one's a little bit better. He was kinder to you, Chief.
That was a good one, though, Connor.
So my name is Raven Young. We are sitting down with Chief Nicole Mosley of the McMinnville City Police Department today and talking all things police chief and what all you kind of do in our community. So before the break, we were talking about kind of your background and how you got into law enforcement and things like that. But there's been some big things that have been happening in the police department lately with some new equipment that y'all are getting, but just things working with the city and stuff. So how is that going, or what are some of the changes y'all have made?
Well, recently we got approved. Well, we received a grant, and because we work a lot off grants, which enables us to get a bunch of nice equipment. So we recently it's a Polaris that we're ordering. Got through the grant, and it's going to be used, like through the parks and through like special events that we may have. We're tickled to death with. It's going to be a good
because you
tool
aren't
to
always
use.
able to get a large regular size police car through a crowd at Autumn Street Fair or something like without clear. So in something like a Polaris, it's going to be easier to go through. You're going to be able to have it on the Greenway and things like that.
Right. So we have a Polaris UTV like this. It's a side by side, and we can take that thing through fields, through streams. So that's just a note to the criminals out there. It's like whenever you run, we can now.
Catch you.
That's right. We can now run through fields and yards and everything else with this UTV, right?
Right. Be careful what you tear up, though. We'll hear about it later.
Yes. Yeah. So when do you expect that to be in commission?
I believe it takes like 6 months to build it. So
so it'll be end of the year. Beginning of next year.
That's what we're looking at. But we have like a year to get it. So we had
because I would say, Chad, that you probably can't buy this same Polaris that the police department
this one
can.
May have more reinforcement than ours, but we really do. We take this thing in the mountains, and it climbs over rocks, and it can go just about anywhere you can imagine.
Okay. Interesting.
We're really excited.
Yeah, that's
it.
awesome. It's being added to the department, and that we got it with a grant, which is even better.
Right. That's even better.
Yeah, that is great.
Because that's something that you have to think about as police chief is the budget, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not something I guess that a lot of people realize comes with the territory of your position is that you do have to think about finances and how you're going to fund your department and different things that you're going to get or who you're hiring or what equipment you can buy and things like that.
Yes. We even get personnel on grants, sometimes. So through the COPS grant.
So I recall hearing a story about new radios. And that was pretty recent too, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're going to the TACAN system. So, the 911, all that's through an older system. So it's being updated through the state. So we had to get portables. That's what we bought first with a grant. That's been a while back. So whenever we go to, they're dual band. So whenever you go to TACAN, and we could go either way, use what we're using now or use TACAN in them. So recently, of course, we have to replace all the in-car radios as well.
Okay.
So we ordered some more radios for that.
And how many vehicles do you have in commission?
I think around 38 or 39.
So all of those, all of the systems have to be replaced.
They have to be replaced. So currently, what we were doing was we were keeping the old one in there and then going to get the new one programmed until the system got up. But they're still working on it right now for the TACAN towers.
And that system is supposed to be more like less hackable and more
right. It can be encrypted or not.
Right.
It's to communicate because the system, it's an old system that everybody's on. I think the sheriff's department has harder time than we do picking up with their radios, through out in the county.
All the way out,
And inside buildings is a problem and things like that, because it's a big officer safety issue as well as, anything.
Okay.
So, but now this new system just picks up much better than the previous system.
Yes. Well, and also the surrounding counties have gone to TACAN too. A lot of them have, so we'll be able to communicate with their towers up and ours. It's just gonna.
Okay. I mean, I would say it's probably fairly similar to, the updates that y'all made here at the radio station from the old equipment to new equipment that streams and things like that. So I would say it's probably similar. It just in how equipment does get outdated.
Right. And all the talk about it's not my expertise. So, I've learned quite a bit, though, through buying this equipment and how things work, though.
So, but we can still hear it on the scanner, right?
Some of them,
sometimes,
some things, that's going to be some channels are going to be encrypted,
right?
So you won't be able to.
So things
but there are things that
people shouldn't be hearing, or that are private and need to be kept private due to whatever safety will not be able to be on the scanner. Right.
Yeah. So I know that's part of. It's a big part of what we do is we do some reporting based off what we hear on the scanner.
Right.
So and I understand that some things should not go out on the public airwaves.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, but you're still going to do some on the public channels and some on the encrypted channels?
No, I think ours will be encrypted, but I'm not real familiar how it's all going to work. So we may have to get back into the call.
Okay,
you got
that's
something going on type thing. Because what happens, a lot of times you get too many people hearing everything going on and they want to go to the scene or they want to go,
or it gets blasted all over Facebook.
True. So it causes issues.
Yeah.
So how much investigative work do you do on the McMinnville Chatter?
I'm on there about every day just to kind of see what I don't make comments because I know that just always is never a good thing.
Have y'all ever arrested anybody from something they said on Chatter? Like, has anybody admitted to something online, and then y'all have been able to arrest them for something that they were being
not
investigated
necessarily
for?
on Chatter,
okay, but on social media,
yeah.
Okay.
Some people, because our detectives and and our officers,
it's public
they're
information
once
you put it out.
Yeah, and if you put it out there, somebody's going to see it. So,
okay, interesting.
Well, I have seen some pretty awful things on Chatter, and I recall someone taking some pictures of someone at a gym, and they were arrested after taking pictures of people while they're at a gym.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, so
that was recent.
Yeah, that was pretty recent.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were underage and they were taking pictures and posted them on the public internet of people at a gym. And
I think it was a big thing too about that, the caption that went along with that picture.
Yeah,
was bad.
It was very, very inappropriate, but I guess that's a lesson.
Criminals aren't very smart.
I know. It seems they do a lot of dumb things.
Yeah,
a lot of dumb things.
And we appreciate that too. Sometimes
makes being a policeman easier because if they do things that are really dumb.
Yeah, it's nothing surprises us really anymore.
Yeah.
So you have 38 or 39 cars right now. How many you're actively in service at any given time?
In service on a daily would be probably about 13, 14.
Okay.
During the day, and then you're at nighttime. There's going to be 7, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, how many police officers do you have on the force?
Well, we're slotted for 41, but we don't have all those positions filled yet. So currently, we have 38.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we're in a lot better shape than we used to be.
Yeah.
All the time.
What's your opinion on, since there has been discussion over the past, couple years on a new police department, like a building?
You're going to get me in trouble.
Good question there, Raven.
Well,
you only answer what you want to answer.
It's always been the elephant in the room.
Yeah, it has been a topic of conversation, obviously. And y'all are currently on the 3rd floor of City Hall,
Right.
And I know, of course, parking probably is one of those issues around City Hall for y'all, because if you have 39 vehicles, you can't park all of those downtown.
It's a big issue, and we've always been place to place to place, and we've shared.
Yeah,
and
right.
we haven't ever had our own department.
Right.
Like I said, I've been there 30 years. You know,
You
there
never
have
had your
been-
own building.
Right. And we've had to make do, and we've been blessed to have, something
Yeah.
over our heads, but it's made it difficult.
What would
And-
you say is your biggest, I guess, hurdle just within sharing locations and things like that?
Well, obviously the parking where we're located, and we're
Mhm.
not all together.
Right.
Because we're on the top floor, so you have administration and the detectives,
Mhm.
and then you have they have one shift change up there. But our other officers we're sharing with a water
Right.
department over on
Mhm.
Bell Street, and it's in the back of their building,
Mhm.
the warehouse area. So they're over there.
Yeah, so you're split up.
We're split up, and it's hard to communicate. I like to talk to my patrol officers, and
Mhm.
so when they come over there, they're either going to get on the elevator or go up 3 flights of steps.
Mhm.
So they and there's in the parking, so they don't tend to like to be down,
Right.
town, and so, a lot of times I don't get to see them, or I'll have to stay later or something,
Right.
so we can have that chat, because it's
Communicate.
really important for them to see
Yeah.
me to see them.
I agree. That is very important to see your people on a
Yeah.
very routine basis, for them to come in and say,
Mhm.
"Hey, I'm still here, and if you got questions, I'm here to help."
Yeah.
And if you're split up, that does make it a little more difficult.
Yeah, that's been the hardest thing.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Where we're at now.
Yeah. I would say that the parking was, I guess, one of my top things, but that makes sense too,
Yeah.
about that you're not all together there because there's not quite enough room there for it.
Yeah, and there's just like at night too. The front doors are closed, so they're going up down. They've got a lot of equipment they carry.
Mhm.
It's not
Yeah.
convenient, so they will go over there.
Right.
To on Bell Street. We can't see.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, there's a lot of talk with the police department. We have
Right.
gone further than what we ever had.
Mhm.
So far.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm around to see it
Yeah.
to fruition there.
Yeah. What happens?
So
Yeah.
I've heard several different suggestions on what we should do with the police department. It's build a brand new one over near Bell Street or on Bell Street, because I think there's enough land there. I've heard rumors of taking the Pace Setters building out there and doing something with it. I've heard rumors of, if we made changes to the school system and built a new elementary school, that the police could be.
Where are we building a new elementary school?
This is all like, some people would like
Okay,
to do
got
it,
it,
but
okay.
but again, these are all rumors and
Right.
suggestions, because I know none of this stuff is actually
Happening.
It has to be voted on, and
Mhm. There's a
and-
lot of red tape.
Yeah,
that
there's
goes
a
with
lot
it.
of red tape.
Yeah.
So, and using one of the schools to be a police station. Does any of that stuff actually have any merit?
Well, those are ideas that have rolled around.
Mhm.
There's still one or two, I think, still, looking at things. But, in my opinion, which we all have them.
Yeah. This is
You know, right?
this is Nicole Mosley's
It's Nicole
opinion.
Through the year, I think it's best for a new one to build it how we need it.
Mhm.
We have evidence room, armory. You have all this stuff that's specific to a police department
Mhm.
and securities, and if you like turn a warehouse into something like that, I mean, you could do it, but
Mhm.
It's a big retrofit.
Yes, it is to actually have what you need,
Yeah.
and then be able, to grow in
Mhm.
the future if you need space,
Mhm.
and it's there, instead of we rented a building over on Red Road, for
Mhm.
Right, long
ever.
time. Yeah.
And you look at how much was spent there,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think it's really important if it's done right and done the way we need it.
It'll last
It'll
for
last,
Mhm.
Forever.
100 years.
100
Yes.
years, we've
Yeah.
and we have managed. We first was over at the Blue Building, in the
Mhm.
basement.
Right.
Well, before I got there, they were, I think, downtown, maybe, or at the jail. I can't remember. This
Okay.
has been, I don't know the whole history.
Mhm.
At one time, there was a precinct on Main Street, around there by the chamber, I think. But anyway, we've been at the Blue Building, and then we were moved over to Red Road, and it was temporary, but it was temporary for 11 years.
Oh, wow.
So now we've been, at City Hall.
For a few years now.
Yeah, we've been there 5 years now, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick break and let Chief get out of the hot seat for just a second, because I know we're throwing a lot of questions at her. But we do need to take a quick break, so we will be right back with some more Town Talk after this.
At Redmond's Carpet, they offer a wide range of flooring options to suit your needs. Whether you prefer the softness of carpet, the durability of hardwood, the versatility of tile, or the affordability of vinyl, we've got you covered. We also offer luxury in vinyl plank LVP for those who want the look of hardwood with added durability. Serving McMinnville since 1969, Redmond's Carpet, 2512 Old Nashville Highway. Call them at 931-668-4900 for your next flooring option. Redmond's Carpet.
With a new lunch lineup, $10 favorites, and online ordering now live, the Local on Morford is making lunch faster, fresher, and more delicious than ever. And our full menu, it's still available every day, all day. Open 7 days a week because you deserve great food, even on a Monday. The Local on Morford, located at 208 East Morford Street in historic downtown McMinnville.
30 years. Just how long is that? Well, 30 years ago, the World Wide Web didn't exist. No iPhones, no flat-screen televisions, and no Netflix. You might have installed AOL using a floppy disk. Yep, 30 years is a long time. And to stay in business for 30 plus years, well, you have to do things the right way, especially in the last 30 years, when things have changed so much. The Rogers family has done it the right way, building a car dealership with a focus on integrity, treating people the right way, making fair deals. No tired car dealership cliches. The Rogers really forged a different way to buy a car. It's a hometown-friendly feel. Ed Rogers Valley Ford. 30 years of doing business the right way. 111 Auto Lane, Sparta. And online, edrogersvalleyford.com. Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Same ownership, same customer service for 30 years with that friendly hometown feel.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business makes good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Welcome back to Town Talk. My name is Raven Young. We have Chad Graves in with us this morning as co-host.
Hello, sitting in for Rob.
We also have Chief Nicole Mosley with us from the City of McMinnville Police Department. So again, thank you for being here, Chief.
Thank you.
And we've been talking about a lot of stuff. But over the break, Chad was talking about if you had maybe some statistics and crime rates and things like that you might be able to speak on from the police department side. So what do you have there?
Yeah, I don't have the exact statistics with me, but because we are working on the annual report, which is basically pretty much done. But I know the crime rate's down.
Okay.
You know, the reports have been down, which has been good.
Yeah.
Been really good. You know, the arrest had been up, and that's because we're solving the
solving the crimes.
But
yeah.
now those are down too. So because we haven't had the crime.
Okay.
You know, so
you
which
think
has been
more
good.
people are just abiding by the law, maybe?
I think so.
Okay.
I would hope so.
I would hope so
I
too.
know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know.
They're scared of getting arrested now.
Hey,
So
as they should be.
that's right. So crime is down in McMinnville as a whole. Is that
Yes.
correct?
That's correct.
That's great.
That is awesome to hear.
That's correct.
So what about people always want to know about violent crime. Is violent crime down as well?
As far as in the city, you know, we have, you know, there's been a lot of things that's had happen in the county. As far as the city, you know, that's down. Everything was down.
Okay.
As far as that
Do
goes.
we have a lot of violent crimes versus nonviolent crimes? Do you know, like, a roundabout ratio what that might be? Is it more or less, or?
You know, for our size city and everything, it's not. I think basically sometimes people think, oh man, all this is going on here. Well, it's really, you look at other places. It's a lot more
right.
so. The reason why it stands out here is because
We're a smaller
We're
community.
smaller and everybody kind of knows. I used to say
Everybody.
everybody knows everybody, but now it's kind of
Yeah,
growing.
it
It's
is.
different. But you hear about it quicker,
Right.
more, you know, than you do in other places because there's a whole lot more around us than what's here.
Yeah. I mean, because I would say, I mean, if anybody looking to move to McMinnville and asking, you know, is this a good place to live? McMinnville is 100% a great place to live. I think it's a safe place to live. Like, I've
Yes.
never, and I know there are bad things that happen. There's drugs, there's crime. But like you said, that is anywhere that happened.
Right.
I mean, overall, McMinnville is, I believe, a safe place to live.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, you know, people pick out, you know, there's bad things going to happen
Right.
anywhere. But when you look at your neighboring cities and counties and
Yeah.
stuff, this is still it's a great place to be here.
Well,
and raise your kids.
I love it. I love it here. I wanted to move back here and raise my kids here. Grew up on Chamber Street, just down the way, and I always felt safe. I always felt great about you know, what was going on. I do know that, you know, there's always crime. You know, there are kids doing things that are stupid. What's a really common occurrence that you guys have to deal with
As far as
a crime?
A crime, domestics.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay.
that's always a big thing. Or
Yeah.
shoplifting is a big
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
You know, assaults.
Right.
Oh.
But
Okay.
the thefts have gone down a lot.
Oh.
Other than, of course, you know, shoplifting is theft. You know,
Yeah,
your gas
right.
drive-offs and stuff. But
Do you think it's gone down just because of, like, there's cameras everywhere now? Maybe people are more mindful of that. Oh, hey, I'm gonna be caught if I do this.
I think that's got a lot to do with
Okay.
it as well. Everybody's got a Ring camera. There's
Yeah.
somebody somewhere watching
Watching
or
somewhere.
something. You know, so that has helped a lot. That's what
Yeah.
helps us as well, solving crimes.
Right.
So how do you work with the county and the sheriff? Because I know that drugs is a problem in our county and in the city. Do you guys work together on certain cases, or how do you guys?
Yes, our drug officers work with theirs, so we work together with them. You know, look, if stuff's in the city or the county. You know,
hand in
they
hand.
work together with that. And you know, if there's something happening out in the county that their deputies need the help from our officers, we respond when they're asked. So because we have mutual aid, so whenever they ask and they need us, we've done that a bunch of times. And they do the same for us. You know, if they hear a call come out, you know, when our officers and they're coming through, they usually come over there or you know, to check on, see what's going on. We have a really good relationship with the county.
That's great.
You know, we were briefly talking and laughing about social media earlier, but are there times where you use social media to your advantage and maybe get some input from the public?
Yes, we do. You know, when our officer or detectives are trying to identify somebody, like say a shoplifter, or you know, or anything that matter, you know, if they exhausted everything and does not know who it is, they will post it to see if we get any feedback from, you know, the community.
Yeah.
A lot of times we get some negative feedback, like "Do your job." I'm not doing your job for you. I'm
But
not.
you're trying
being a
to do your
snitch.
job.
Yes, and And that's why, we try to have a good relationship with our community to try to help solve these crimes, because there's a victim out there.
Right.
If they had something stolen from them, I'm sure they'd want somebody to if they have any information, to pass it on.
Taking every avenue possible that you can to try and find that. I mean, why not take social media technology to your advantage in trying to solve something? I mean, because I think there's probably, if you didn't do that, there would be people complaining about the other way. People are always going to complain.
Oh, yeah. Yes. That's the nature of this piece.
Well, I can appreciate that, because if there is a shoplifting or a crime and you post a picture, other people are able to identify who that is.
Right. We'll get, they'll say stuff, or can't you get a clearer picture, or, how are we supposed to with a mask on? I get that. We don't put the camera systems in the businesses, but we put on there what we have. But sometimes if that person is known by somebody, whether it's a good picture or not, you can kind of tell by their shoes, or
somebody knows
something.
Well, I would like to know, what is the biggest problem that you guys need help with in our community? Is it drugs? Is it violent crime? Is it domestic abuse? What do we need? What do we need to work on in our community?
I think everybody just needs to look out for each other. If you see something, definitely say something. Like I said, the crime rate's down.
That's great.
We do a lot of community policing with my department, with the community, and it's try to keep that relationship going, that communication. So if you see something like thefts, or or if so a domestic assault going on, just call. Because we don't want to see anybody get hurt or something, happen. And but we have a good relationship, basically with the community anyway. So we do solve a lot of our crimes that way, with the thefts and things.
Yeah.
So I know drugs are still a problem, but is it worse, or is it getting better? What's the situation?
It's always going to be a problem. I mean, it's always going to be there. You'll make your arrest, and there'll be somebody take their place. At some point, we just have to stay on top of it. You have to stay vigilant. And if you know information about it, we appreciate phone calls about it, especially with our kids. There's so many different things available since I was growing up, that I had never heard of, that come about, and it's dangerous. And on the fentanyl overdoses, that was on a big high there for a while. Now it's kind of calmed down some.
Yeah. Well, and we do need to take a break, but that's actually something that I wanted to talk about a little bit, is because I've talked about this with Sheriff Matheny, if some of the border changes that we have been seeing, have you seen that as making a difference in, I guess, the amount of drugs that are coming into our community and being here, or kind of where that is? But we do need to take a break first. So we'll leave it at that, and then we'll be right back after this with some more Town Talk, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, okay?
We drove right past that no trespassing sign.
Ascension St. Thomas River Park is here to listen to you, because caring for you is our #1 priority. Ascension Care Teams start by understanding you, your health, and your life to deliver care that's right for you. Now offering cardiac CT angiography services, a non-invasive cardiac exam that looks at the blood vessels that supply blood to the heart and can detect if plaque has narrowed the coronary arteries. The compassionate, personalized care you've come to expect is right here in McMinnville. We're more than just a hospital, ER, and a clinic. We want to give you hope, health, and strength.
Lester's Body Shop is located at 212 Old Morrison Road in the West Riverside area. Owner Terry Fowler values all of his customers. He is the best place to take your car, truck, van, or SUV for any type of body work. And one estimate from Lester's is all you need. Friendly, professional, reliable, and dependable. That's Terry and the gang at Lester's Body Shop, 212 Old Morrison Road. Call 473-5421.
Where can you go to spend some quality up-close and personal time alone with none other than 3 Star Cinema? Head over to the most affordable and convenient place in town featuring the latest releases fresh on the silver screen. 3 Star Cinema.
Now showing Fantastic Four, rated PG-13, Superman, rated PG-13, Smurfs, rated PG, How to Train Your Dragon, rated PG-13, Jurassic World, Rebirth, rated PG-13, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, rated R.
Sparta Street, McMinnville. 3 Star Cinema, where the stars come out at night.
Hello, this is Devonia King with NHC Home Care. We are celebrating 54 years of compassionate care. Yes, that's right. This July marks 54 years of NHC Home Care serving families with love, dedication, and excellence in home health care. Since 1971, we've grown together, we've supported one another, and made meaningful differences in the lives of those we serve. To our patients, families, caregivers, and to our community, thank you for trusting us for over 5 decades. We are proud to continue the journey with you. Here's to the next chapter of care, compassion, and commitment.
Warehouse Discount Grocery serving McMinnville and Warren County with the best meats, freshest produce, and the best prices on all your favorite groceries. Look at these hot deals right now. Fresh 80% lean ground chuck family pack, $4.99 a pound. Prairie Fresh whole Boston butt pork roast, $1.99 a pound. And of course, Mountain Alabama grown tomatoes, $1.29 a pound. And some Mayfield Classic ice creams, 56 ounce, 2 for $4. Be sure to check out the full service deli featuring meats from Charter Reserve, Warehouse Discount Groceries, or you know them as WDG.
Make the places you care about more comfortable and energy efficient with TVA Energy Right. It all starts at EnergyRight.com, where you can find everything you need to lower your energy usage for your home or your business. Contact Caney Fork Electric Energy Advisors Dale or Chris at 931-473-3116 or go to EnergyRight.com to start living and working more energy efficiently. Caney Fork Electric along with EnergyRight.com for all your energy needs. Brought to you by Caney Fork Electric Cooperative and TVA.
Talk Radio, WBMC, and translator W249DQ McMinnville, WBMC.
I can't sell my mama short on loving me.
Welcome back to Town Talk. My name is Raven Young with co-host Chad Graves filling in for Rob Nunley today.
Rob, get better soon.
And we also have Chief Nicole Mosley with us today as well. But I do need to say a quick thank you to Pure Wealth Partners for being such a great sponsor of Town Talk. Whether your goal is retirement, planning for a loved one's college, preparing in case something happens to you, or simply saving for a rainy day, Pure Wealth Partners has the tools and resources to make your goals happen. You can call Pure Wealth Partners at 931-507-7873, your local partners in financial success. They are located at 1511 Sparta Street in the historic Magnus home. Thank you, Pure Wealth Partners, for being a great sponsor of Town Talk. And before the break, we were talking with Chief Mosley a little bit about, I guess, drugs and fentanyl and things of that nature, as you know, as the conversation takes a turn. But I just wondered, have you seen a shift in the amount of drugs coming into our community, or I guess drug crimes related to drugs, since there have been some changes at the border happen?
I think there's been some. Mm-hmm. But it's still there. It finds its way, you know.
Well, and I think I know that I've talked about this before. It is always going to find a way to some degree, whether it's being imported or it's being made here, I guess, is part of that shift. Right. But are you seeing a rise on one or the other since that change?
I've not seen, well, since the change, I've not seen more drugs.
Okay.
You know, it's been less.
Less,
you know.
That's good.
Like our fentanyl overdoses are down. It's, of course, it's still there. The problem is, too, you know, a lot of people think they're buying one thing and it's
something else.
And I know there's people that'll say, oh, it's just weed, you know, or this, you know, quit arresting somebody that has weed. Well, the marijuana can be laced with fentanyl or any other stuff. You don't know really what you're getting,
right?
You know, but like the drug stuff's still there. We're still working, as you see. There's arrests that are being made, you know, with that. But I think it is down some, you know. But you know, and that happens when you get some changes, just like when we had the meth labs and the pseudoephedrine. You know, I worked the red phosphorus labs when I was still working, you know, in detective's office, and then that changed. They went to when they put the Sudafed behind the You had to sign for it.
Yes.
At that point, so that brought some stuff down, and they figured out a different way, and
Right.
you know, to get it, it might put a lull there for a while, and
Yeah.
You have to scan your driver's license to get a Sudafed product, and
and you can only get so much per month or year or whatever.
Yeah, it's per month, and
Yeah.
there's a registry, you know, who does it. Like, I mean, I've had to have some myself, and they
when you
get
have
me
a-
like,
right. Yeah, when you have a cold or something.
I know.
mean, it is medicine.
Right.
So during the break we talked about the there used to be a tip line, but again we didn't that didn't always work that well. But if someone does see a crime or see something suspicious, how do they need to get in touch with?
They can call at our office, the detectives line, and leave a message. That's 473-3386, or you can call 668-7000. That's a non-emergency line, our dispatch.
And I have actually used that number before as
Yeah,
well.
I have too.
Because there are people parked, at a down from my house. There's like a little parking area, and I see people parked there, and sometimes people look like they are, I don't know, may not even be alive in their vehicle. So I would call and say, hey, can you just go and check this out? Because I don't want drug activity, because that's what it felt like, is there might have been some drug activity down in.
I mean, the non-emergency number is always a good one.
That would be the best one
Yeah.
if you need some immediate assistance, because they will dispatch somebody to you, or even give you a call if you're just not sure and you want to talk to an officer.
Right.
They'll have an officer give you a call. But calls like that, when you see somebody in a vehicle, I mean, they need to be checked out. We've had some they were overdosing, before. So
Right. So I would encourage anyone to use that non-emergency number. Or
Yeah.
save it in your phone. I have it saved in my
Yeah, I
phone,
do
so
too.
that if you just see something that is suspicious, or if just someone needs to be checked on, use that non-emergency number.
Yeah.
yes, definitely use that. And even if you forget, they're going to answer the 911 call. I
Right.
mean, don't it's fine. If you need to
Yeah.
dial that one.
Yeah.
If you can't remember the non-emergency and you need to get in touch with them, then
You can dial 911 and just tell them, hey, I don't think it's an emergency.
Yeah, they'll still get an officer in touch with you. Whatever you need.
Yeah, there was a friend in elementary school that she used the payphone in the cafeteria at school to call 911 as a joke, and she hung up. The police showed up at the school.
Yes.
So don't do that.
Yeah, if there's a hang up, they're going to send somebody.
Don't do that.
So, and there's people that do that to have an officer come where they don't want to.
If they're in danger or
If they're in
something.
danger and they don't want to say anything or talk on the phone, they'll just dial it and hang it back up.
But
and
don't
the
just call 911 just for
Right.
fun.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
So something that I've always wondered, do you have quotas for tickets?
Oh my gosh. No.
Oh, no quotas. Okay.
We do not, but I expect officers to show activity that they're working. They're getting paid to do a job, you know, but we don't have quotas. But if we have one that's sitting around for months and had never written a ticket, I mean, I know there's something out there.
You could write a ticket for it. Yeah.
And it's not to to get city money or anything. That's to keep wrecks down,
safe.
and things, to keep everybody safe, to slow down. If we have areas that there's speeders, people will call in, complain, hey, so we'll do a speed study, and you'll kind of see. Sometimes it's just they look like they're going faster than what they really are, but we'll send an officer to run radar or, things like that. And when you get areas that it's hard for a police car, we'll have the motorcycle there, but we can't be there 24/7.
Yeah.
So we may not get any tickets in that area and then leave and they're, you hadn't done anything about this speeding, but we're trying, so.
I was very thankful for the police officers. So we had Main Street Live on Friday night, and there is always some police present there just in case. But there actually was somebody that fell, and Mark Morrow was there and on hand, so he could call somebody to help. And so I was very thankful that we had some of your guys out there on Friday.
Good.
Yeah.
And I know you guys were giving out some car seats to people at the July 4th festivities. I thought that was a great event as well.
Yeah, those were bike helmets.
Oh, bike helmets. Sorry.
Yeah, we do the car seats.
Car
as
seat
well.
checks.
Yeah,
Yes,
but we give those out when we have
okay.
them too. See, we get those from THSO, Tennessee Highway Safety. So we usually get a bunch of those, so we're able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they give it to us.
Awesome. Well, this has been great today. Very informative. We have just a couple of minutes. Is there anything else that you would like to add, Chief Mosley, or any last questions you got?
So I will
Chad?
say that Eric Durham posted a comment that Rob decided he didn't want to be sitting in here today, so we didn't have to hear any stories about Rob being a kid and all those growing up stories with run-ins with the McMinnville Police Department.
Okay. I don't know.
Rob is actually feeling bad, so we should keep Rob in our thoughts and prayers. But he does write all of the stories that kind of keeps us up to date with the criminal activity and stuff. So
so Rob does have a great relationship, as far as I know, with the McMinnville Police Department.
He does. We love Rob.
Well, we appreciate
and if you don't, you can say that on air too.
We love you, Rob. Hope he gets feeling better.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. This has been great. I've enjoyed being able to sit down and talk with you a little bit.
Well,
so
thanks for having me.
Hopefully Chad's questions weren't too hard.
I'll find out when I get back to the office.
Well, we appreciate you very, very much.
Yes.
And I appreciate so much the police department here.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm just glad that you guys are here and you answer the calls pretty quickly. And sorry if our alarm goes off every now and then. You got to show up when it's a false alarm.
Well, I mean, just the fact, though, that y'all are a presence in our community, and I think it does make people feel safer, but you're also approachable to be able to talk, and I think that's a great qualification to have for people to be able to talk to you. So,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we are going to wrap up. Thank you to all of our listeners for being here with us today on Town Talk. My name is Raven Young. We have Chad Graves in the co-host seat filling in for Rob today.
And hopefully Rob will be back soon, but if not, I may be back here tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see. But we will be back either way at 7 a.m. with more Town Talk. We'll see you then.
Taken all my dough and left me in my stately home, blazing on a sunny afternoon. And I can't sail my yacht, he's taken everything I got. All I've got's this sunny afternoon. Save me,